Good morning. It is 6:55 a.m. on Tuesday, June 26th, 2018. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I'm less cranky than yesterday, although a big part of that crankiness was due to being tired and having to re-record my video. Um, I also was a little bit stressed just because I had some important tests to do yesterday, and those seem to have went well. Fingers crossed. Even though I did have to work late, and it was a little bit frustrating because it wasn't just me that had to work late. It was a whole team of people, and it definitely ran later than we intended. Though I don't like none of that was really like my fault. There were certainly not anything that I did that like the only parts of mine that took longer than usual were definitely absolutely necessary. Um, and while, so basically what I'm coming to is that there was someone who kind of gave me attitude about how he was having to work later than he wanted. And I'm totally sympathetic about someone being a little bit caught off guard and having to work late without having been prepared for it, and how that can be really inconvenient. And I'm super sympathetic about it. Like, I mean, I normally would be, um, but then he basically tried to make it my problem. And I don't just mean by complaining, but by suggesting, um, it's ultimately it's not important. But I was kind of surprised. I guess it made me very defensive, is all. It's fine. It's all fine, really. Um, but yeah, so like I'm less cranky today, although I do still feel a little bit weird. I hope I'm not coming down with something. Last night, I found my face, my cheeks kind of flushing a little bit, like I was having a mild allergic reaction to something. I have no idea what it could have been. It seemed like it happened shortly after I ate dinner, which could suggest a food allergy, but like nothing I had was anything even remotely out of the ordinary. It's all stuff that I consume on a fairly regular basis. So, who knows? I don't know. Lots of things I don't know. It actually, that just reminds me of a little bit of, you know, life philosophy that I heard um, recently, which was, um, I don't know, to even call it philosophy is maybe overstating it. It was just sort of like an idea. And it's one that I think is well suited to me and probably some other people who can have a tendency to act like a little bit of a know it all. And so the idea is to look for opportunities to say, oh, I didn't know that. And that maybe sounds silly, but when you have sort of an instinct to never admit that you don't know something, and it's not even like a conscious one usually, it is just that when presented with a situation where you don't know something, you either make something up or spin the story into something you do know or whatever. And that's not always helpful. So just the idea of saying, "Oh, I didn't know that." So, um, why did my face flush last night? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know. I learned something, or I guess actually I didn't. That's not really the perfect application of this whole idea, because I didn't learn something. I'm admitting that I don't know, which is really not the situation that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still waking up, you guys. Cut me some slack. But yeah, in any event, I have to go ahead and finish getting ready for work. Hopefully, I don't continue feeling weird. Um, and hopefully, today will be a more normal day. In the meantime, I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.